It's called Tactical Urbanism, and San Diego city planners hope to use the strategy to lure residents into helping them redesign a key section downtown. C Street between 3rd and 4th Avenues is blighted and officials believe is not living up to its potential. Bahija Hamraz is District Director of the Downtown San Diego Partnership. She's in charge of engaging San Diegans in the effort to remake C Street. She joins me now. So what does C Street look like right now?
As you said, it's dilapidated. So C Street is a corridor. The trolley runs right through it. But the problem is it's not very well lit, and there's a lot of vacancies. And so people avoid that street. It's where most of the criminal activity along the trolley line goes, if is focused there. And so it's something that people avoid, even though there are a ton of buildings around there with a ton of employees. And it's right next to City Hall. Well, City Hall's right on C Street. And so we think we can do better than that in downtown.
How did it get this way?
I think it started possibly with the closing of the California Theater, unfortunately. When it first opened in 1927, it was an artistic beauty, is what they said. And it had a ton of live shows. I mean, the Beatles, Elvis Presley were there. But since I think it was 1990 or so, they were going to demolish it, and it hasn't been demolished, and it's still sitting there. And it is a historical building, and it was once very beautiful, but it's lending to the issues that are on C Street.
So you're holding an event this week to try and get the community engaged in this. What are you hoping from the public?
So we're using tactical urbanism to try to get people to talk about C Street. What we've noticed is C Street is sort of suck the energy out of people in the area, and people just ignore it like it's not there. What we're doing is we're hoping to do short-term action that'll create long-term change. We're going to have an event. We're having tables there. We're asking people to bring their lunch. Literally just sit and talk and look at this street that you've been avoiding and reimagine what it can be and tell us what you think that should be.
What's your sense about how involved or engaged the public is going to be on this?
I think people are already showing that they're so excited. I think we sort of woke something up in the community. We've been sending this invite out to just whomever, putting it on Facebook, and we've already been getting so many different people from not just downtown that are saying, hey, yeah, C Street, we can do something there. Let's do something there. That sounds exciting. I'd like to participate, and that's what we want.
Now, are you hearing any preliminary ideas of what people might want to see happen with this area?
We've heard some things like either revitalize the California Theater or change it or do something with that particular building. But other than that, we haven't heard specifics, and we're kind of excited because we want to hear it that day, and we'll be posting that on Twitter, and we'll have it on our website at downtownsandiego.org.
And how much is it going to cost to remake this area?
Well, long term, it may cost quite a bit. We're going to need the city to partner with us. But in the short term for this event, it's very inexpensive, and that's one of the points of tactical urbanism. You don't need to plan anything to death. You don't need to study it, analyze it. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You just go in there, do something that makes people think and look at the area differently, and then hopefully get some ideas out of it and then move forward and think about it long term.
And how soon do you think that they might be able to get something done there?
It may take a few years, but what we want to do is we're doing sort of the very, very first initial step, which is get people excited. Once people are excited, they start talking about it. Once people start talking about it, then other people start talking about it. And so what we'll do is probably have another one in the future and keep having different things that we do on C Street based on the feedback that we get to sort of change it slowly, but for the long term over time.
And as you mentioned earlier, this effort is all part of what's called tactical urbanism. What is so cutting edge about it?
Well, tactical urbanism it's amazing because it's grown to a global phenomenon. It's sort of rethinking the way we plan. And so in New York, one of the most famous positive things that happened is that they closed Times Square on a temporary basis for 6 months to traffic, just to see what would happen. And people flocked to the area. pedestrian injuries went down, rent went up, and vacancies there are none. And so what they realized is when we take our streets and reimagine them and give them back to the public, when we reimagine all public space and create an environment that's more inviting to people, people like it. And so they're going to do that permanently starting in December.
And we've got to wrap it there. Bahija Hamraz, thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you
There's
very
more
much.
on our website.
Thanks.